Hello everyone, my name's Danny or Rarity, and this is the Juggernaut Energy Review. Now I want to get this out of the way right away, but I did used to be a Juggernaut Energy affiliate, so you can take what I say for like a grain of salt or whatever, but I can guarantee you that my review either way is going to be brutally honest. So let's get started. So the general format of this video is going to be, first we're going to hit the pros of the product. Then we're going to hit the cons of the product, and then we're going to do sort of an overall kind of review mashed together thing where we go over it just in general, hit the points again, and overall give a personal verdict. Now remember, my verdict and some of these points even are just based off my personal opinion and experience with the product, and are absolutely subject to your own views and to what you may have experienced. So definitely keep that in mind as this review goes on. Now the first thing I want to hit off my little pros list over here is their community. They have built an amazing community filled with wonderful content creators, especially that they're affiliated with Team NorCal, which is well known as an amazing team for content. I personally have made a couple friends through their community that I'm still friends with to this day, and it's just amazing how they've built this, and it's definitely something to be proud of if you're on the Juggernaut team. Now the second big thing, and the thing I'm actually most excited about, is that their shakers. Their shaker cups are the best ones out there for the price, I guarantee you. Like the one I brought up in the beginning of the video. I hold on, I have to get this in the correct light. There we are. This thing, stainless steel, for 25 bucks you get an amazing blender bottle, stainless steel shaker cup, and I think that is just one of the best blenders, one of the best cups I've seen out there for the price. Because almost no other energy company will offer this to you, like whether it's included in a package or not, or standalone. It's just straight up one of the best shakers I've ever had the pleasure of using, and I still use it regardless of which which energy supplement I'm using, or whether I'm just drinking water on stream. I always have my Juggernaut shaker just because it's that high quality, and I cannot recommend that you pick up one of these. These things are seriously awesome. The third thing I want to bring up is how awesome their marketing team is. Just the name Juggernaut itself kind of markets itself in a way, because you can come up with such awesome taglines for it. Like there's Become Unstoppable, their official hashtag, which is awesome. What I used to do on my channel was something called a jug plug. It just rolls right off the tongue like that. If you need to come to the community, you can have a jug hug. Just so many awesome things you can do with a name like Juggernaut, and I just think just the name itself and the ways you can market it, the ways their marketing team have marketed it, is just nothing short of phenomenal. And not to mention, they do a lot of like collaborations out there. Like they're doing one with an apparel company, and they have an entire clothing collection called the JGNT Juggernaut collection, and it looks absolutely fire. I'm looking at it on my other screen right now. It's just so good. It looks such incredible quality. It's awesome, just especially like for an energy company to be doing something like this, just branching out into sort of different just different areas, you know. It's just really awesome to see from a company. That's a company that wants to create a community with their product, and I think that's just something awesome that any creator would want to be a part of. Now with every pro comes a con, so the first thing I want to hit off with the product itself is just the new look of it. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't scream Juggernaut to me. With their old brand, or I mean, it's certainly better than their old branding, but I just think the all black sleek look doesn't really go with a Juggernaut name. I feel like there's so many more creative things you can do with a name like Juggernaut, and with such a powerful logo that they have. And on their can, or on their tub, they just went all black, kind of going with a sleek stealth. I don't think of sleek and stealthy when I think of the name Juggernaut. I just think their branding just is a huge miss at this moment, but there's certainly a ton of potential in the future for further iterations of this. But in my opinion, they could just do a lot better. As you can see right here, it's just all black with a little goldish energy highlights. But their new branding definitely disappointed me in that aspect. Now, the next thing I want to hit on the actual product itself is the mixability. The mixability is not nearly as good as it could be. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing still mixes pretty well, but there is still a tiny bit of powdery residue that you can sort of taste as you're going through it. And this was after me testing with what I normally do, which is about 1.5 scoops per 12 to 16 ounces, and then the recommended, which is 1 scoop per 12 to 16 ounces. So in both of them, I experienced a little powdery, a bit more with the 1.5, which is obviously expected, but for some reason it just didn't mix as well as I expected it to. And again, it's acceptable, but it's definitely a room for improvement for me. Now, the next thing I sort of want to hit with this is the Juggernaut headache. So a few friends of mine have, after using this product like extensively, including myself, if you use it for a long time, then you'll eventually get what we dubbed as the Juggernaut headache. So you end up feeling like really groggy. You do get like a sort of a small piercing headache with it, and it could just be because of the caffeine content. I'm sorry, or their new cognizant citicoline, whatever it's called. I totally butchered that, but that it could be that unique neurotopic that they include inside of the product. I'm not sure what it is, but something about it, when you drink too much of it, it just gives you a Juggernaut headache. And so for that reason, I would say if you do choose to go with Juggernaut, be very careful in the amounts you consume, and just absolutely stick to any sort of guidelines that there is out there for consuming this product. Maybe I would say once every other day, probably you can have one serving. But if you like drinking energy products like I do, which is every single day before I stream or before work, then I wouldn't quite recommend Juggernaut for that, just because of the sort of grogginess that it can bring on. Now, the third thing I want to hit on in this review is the flavors kind of suck. Like, again, this is totally based on my opinion, but the only thing that really tastes as advertised is their grape flavor. Their grape flavor, I think, is absolutely wonderful. I would recommend you try it if you haven't already, and it's absolutely my favorite flavor of the bunch. It's probably a runner-up for one of the best grapes I have tasted in an energy product so far. It is just that good. But I just wish they transferred their attention to detail in that to their other flavors. Like their strawberry kiwi kind of sucks. It doesn't taste anything like strawberry or kiwi to me. It's just kind of there. Oh, I got my cat. Cat want to say hello. Cat wants to say hello. Okay, that's enough, cat. Blue raspberry is probably one of their most popular flavors from what I see, at least, and it just doesn't taste totally on point to me. I don't know what it is. It's just a little bit off. Like they shot the dart and it just hit to the right, and there's just something not right about it to me. Maybe it's like a little too artificial, but especially comparing it to other energy companies' brands, it just doesn't seem exactly right to me. And then they have their new flavor, NorCal Frost, which is actually sold out by the time I'm making this video. So it has been very popular. But to me, and from other people that I've heard of who have tried this flavor, it has a very solid first taste. Like when you initially take that sip, the flavor is remarkable. It's like they describe it as like a frost mixed berry type of thing, and it totally tastes on point. But then you get to the aftertaste and it is horrible. Like to me, it makes the product completely undrinkable. Like I probably have 3/4 of my tub left just because I just don't want to drink it. It's just the aftertaste is so horrible. I don't know how that even got past the production or like the initial testing phase. It's just I hate to be this negative, but it's the truth. It's the truth from what I see, and from a couple other people that I have interacted with who have tried this flavor. It's just something. I don't know what's wrong with it, man. It's just that aftertaste, dude. It gets me every time. I just cannot drink it. But I haven't tried their new Tropical Onslaught. So far, it has gotten pretty good reviews. But again, I haven't tried it, so I can't say anything about it. But that's my opinion on their flavors. Really, is that grape is their only one really worth getting, and by saying that, I highly recommend you get it if you want to try a bunch of these like I do. Their grape is by far their best flavor. Now, the last thing I want to hit up here is their lack of flavors. Now, you can't really be too hard on them about this because they are still a relatively new company, so I'm really not banging them too much on this for it. But there is a little bit of thinking that have gone into my end of this. But I asked their CEO once, like months ago, back before Grape came out, about what their process is when they decide to get a new flavor. And the response was excellent. He said that they really want to take the time to perfect their flavors, and so then they could put out a product that they're proud of. And I think that's amazing, especially coming from a small company, to see that they're genuinely in love with what they're doing and really want to put out just the perfect product for the consumers. It's just amazing to see that level of care and that level of thinking from any sort of owner of this company. It's just, to me, they really butchered it when they put out NorCal Frost. Like, according to like I said, me and multiple other sources, the aftertaste is just atrocious, and it's just one of those things that I don't know how it slipped by. Now, in conclusion, our pros and cons list. For pros, we have their community. Their community is truly and genuinely amazing. That if you want to be associated with these guys, their community is really something you have to think about, because it's just absolutely top tier for a community. They're small, they're extremely supportive, and just a loving community that wants to grow and be amazing together. They want to become unstoppable, just like the brand. So I highly recommend anybody be looking into their community. And for number 2, we have some of their shakers. Their shakers are in my opinion the best out there. They have collaborated with Blender Bottle and come out with some of the best shakers that even I use on a daily basis, so I cannot recommend those enough. And then number 3, we have their collaborations. Not only did they collab on a flavor with Team NorCal, they have a apparel collection right now, the JGNT collection, Juggernaut obviously collection, and it is absolutely fire. They collaborated with Agent Inc. on this one. Agent Inc. is actually a sort of a semi-well-known apparel company, but from what I see, at least from people that I know, they put out an extremely quality apparel product, and so it's super awesome that they went with them for it. And this product line is nothing short of phenomenal. So I'd be very excited for that if I were to be looking into a company to be affiliated with. And then 3 is their excellent marketing. They have some amazing graphic designers putting out some awesome content, and they just know how to sell their product. It's just absolutely awesome. And for cons, we have their mixability, which is just okay. It's nothing special. Then second, their flavors kind of suck outside of grape, though I do highly recommend getting grape if you were to try this product. Number 3 is the jug headache that you get after consuming this for multiple days in a row. You know, that sort of grogginess, almost like a crash feeling, but only happens after you drink this for like multiple days in a row. And then 4, their lack of flavors, though you can't knock on them too much because they're still sort of a new company. So, of course, they're not going to have that many flavors. And then a quick one I want to add on there is that they have no starter pack or trial pack, so you don't really have a way to try this product. You just have to go all in with a tub or nothing. But when I did talk to the CEO, they said they are working on it. It's just not out now, so because it's not out as the recording of this video, I have to put it on the negatives. Now, for a grade, originally I was going to give this product a C+, but I really think their community will tip this up to a B, because I think regardless of the actual product you put out, if you're making a community that believes in you, that is genuinely just caring, kind, supportive, if you're putting together a community like that, you're definitely doing something right. So because of that, I will bump this up to a B. And I just think they have one half completely covered. They have their marketing, they have their collaborations, they have their community. It's just the product itself needs just a little more work, in my opinion, before it can really become the dominant juggernaut that they want it to be. And yeah, that's going to be it for my review video. Tell me what you guys agree with. Tell me what you guys disagree with. Do you like this review? Did you not like this review? Do you want me to do more? So many questions I have to ask, and I want you to answer them right below in the comment section. So please give this a like and throw me a subscribe if you do want to see more. Now, again, I just want to say, if you do end up trying this product, get Grape. Grape is fantastic. I'll see you guys around.